Well, the Central Highlands Development Corporation has grand plans for the region. We chatted about them a little bit earlier on in the month, and CEO Peter Dowling is your guest this morning. Good morning, Peter. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, g'day, Jeremy. Welcome to Emerald.
It's great to be here, Peter. We caught up earlier in the month, chatted about this bold plan that you had for the region. It's great to be here, and I can see why people love Emerald. For people that don't know, what do you guys do?
Yeah, so Jeremy, we're the making of council. We were established over 26 years ago, and effectively we do their economic development and visitor economy work. And we've got a small team, an independent company, a separate board, and that's our charter. We have a corporate strategy that sort of runs out to 2028, and that's what we focus on. And as we had that chat earlier in the month, one of the big challenges that we all face is workforce accommodation and the development of our workforce so that we can actually reach those peaks that we want to as a region.
And that plan mentioned building more homes, also childcare. Since we heard from the plan coming out, what kind of feedback have you got from people?
Yeah, I think people are pleased that we're having a crack, because that is the challenge. Often it is a complex and interrelated mix of issues that we're dealing with, and sometimes taking on that sort of opportunity is a challenge in itself. So as an organisation, we're very much at the heart of that. It's one of our key deliverables, and we're really keen. We've engaged with, we started through the Resources Roundtable, which includes council as well, and we then stepped into some of those key actors that are in the community that are across those key issues. So the 16 actions are there to have a go at bringing some of this complexity, to conclusion so that we can redress some of those issues.
The plan is certainly bold, and we're used to now. Obviously, you're separate from council, but politicians kind of wouldn't want to make big promises that they can't deliver. How is it going for a big promise, and I guess trying to motivate the team around that? How do you feel that as the leader, kind of?
Oh, I love it. Absolutely,
yeah, right.
Love
yeah,
it.
awesome.
No, it's. We're really keen and proactive. We would rather be on the front foot and have a go and have a plan in place. We've done that, but the next step for us is a couple of steps ahead. The first one is to bring together some key stakeholders, what we call the Workforce Accommodation Collective. So we've identified some key stakeholders, invited them to that group, and we'll hold our first meeting in sort of mid-May. And we're already looking at some of those key issues and trying to address them. We've seen the airfares discussion that's ongoing in this region and has been for many years. That's central to one of our actions, Action 8. And we've been having discussions with Qantas and Virgin, but particularly Qantas, over a number of years. And we will continue to do that. So we're trying to put forward the best case for the region and why we need that issue redressed. So we actually have a meeting with Qantas on the 1st of May so that we can talk with them directly and better understand if there are some triggers internally within Qantas that we can support with evidence-based information. We want to do that. We want to help them have their conversations internally to better understand the impacts on our region.
That's really interesting. We asked on Facebook what the big issues are in Emerald, and flights came up as the big topic.
Absolutely.
The prices of those. I guess that's coming directly to you at the moment too.
We experience it ourselves. We're a small business, CHDC. I booked recently for the trip in May, and I got return flights for $515,
right,
which seems quite reasonable in this marketplace. But one of my colleagues in the team had about a week's notice to get to an event, and she paid, or the team paid, $1,400.
Right.
And I know there are others that
to Brisbane?
To Brisbane.
Right, yes.
And I know there are others that are way beyond that. So the inconsistency and the sort of the gap, the price gap, is what really kills us. Understanding if it was consistently around, say $500, that's probably doable for most people. But when it spans to $3,000 or $1,400, we find that really challenging, and it impacts our families and our community.
Right, and I guess that'll be on the table when you chat to Qantas.
Yeah, and we try and do it. We've got a great relationship with them. So, this is a professional, evidence-based approach to say, we have some knock-on effects that are real, and we want to better understand why you're making decisions around the prices that you are, and how we can influence that with them internally back into Qantas.
And we're broadcasting today outside council. There's a newly elected council, a newly elected mayor as well. You've got this bold plan going forwards as well. Do you feel the council's on board too?
Oh, absolutely. They've been there since day one. They're a co-contributor and they're part of the Resources Roundtable. So they've been there in lockstep with us, which is awesome. And funny enough, after this chat, Jeremy, I'm upstairs with the new mayor, to talk all things CHDC. So really looking forward to that opportunity.
Outstanding. And we're looking forward to hopefully chatting to the new mayor, Janice Moderati. We have put in requests for the mayor. We're hoping we'll chat to her soon. We're also seeing some renewable energy projects happening, especially in the Gladstone region. What is the sort of radar for the Central Highlands when it comes to these announcements, do you think?
Yeah, listen, we are looking at our place in the Queensland's renewable energy zones. We're in the Central Queensland zone. We are putting together, every year we put together a major projects piece of collateral. Some of the projects that are coming through there are in that renewable energy space. So we've got one proponent looking at a biofuel hub with a particular plant that they're looking to propagate and test with the intention of developing aviation fuel. So, that's really exciting. We have another proponent in region that's looking at a hydrogen electrolyser station. And so that's also exciting. But we also have some really good stuff happening within our mining sector. So the decarbonisation agenda is really strong here. And a lot of our mining sector are going forward and putting innovations in place on their sites. And we're really keen to capture those and share those with those key stakeholders to give them a sense that this region is not sitting still. It understands its place in the transition and the transformation with the energy mix, but we're up for it. We're in a great position to move forward.
Well, Peter, a big thanks for joining us this morning and coming and joining us here in Emerald.
My pleasure. Have a good one.
Peter Dowling joining us there, and he is from the Central Highlands Development Corporation. You're listening to ABC Capricornia, broadcasting live from outside council. If you're in the area, please pop down and say good day.